Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to me, to my Facebook. This is a group healing session at a different time to support those of you that cannot do the times I normally do, particularly the Jewish community. Not that this is just for the Jewish community, but this time was set because I got a beautiful email saying that my normal time happens to conflict and make it difficult for Jewish people to attend. So here I am to support that. And it's also Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. We're going to get this done in 25 minutes, probably. And yeah, should be good. And then I've got to run to an appointment. I hope you're all doing well. And then in a week, I've got my super group that I'm doing, which will be the biggest group healing, or healing for that matter, that I have ever done. I don't want to say I'm nervous about it, but I to some extent I am, because that much healing, it could put me out for a little bit. But what I'm hoping is that the results of that are so significant that it is worth that much time. So I've only ever really seen the result of what, say, a 20-minute group healing does. So this is triple that. It's a lot. So I hope that, I'm going to be fascinated to see how that turns out, and if it's something that I can sustain. Not during the session, I know I can do that, but is it something I can do regularly, or is it a one-off? And a big factor will be how much it helps people. So if it helps a lot of people, perhaps it'll be something I'll do more. If it is not seemingly different to the 20-minute ones, then perhaps we will not. I'll not stretch myself like that again. I need to let some air in here. It's a little bit warm. So I'm going to start in 5 minutes at 10 past. So just know that I'm all of a sudden going to say I'm starting now. So get yourselves comfy. I also think that my group healings are improving. I think that with anything with practice, you tend to get better at, and I am finding that I have improved. I think at healing across the board. I actually think that there's been quite a big jump for me more recently. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out as well during that session. And I think also, when I try to think about how to help as many people as possible, given how many people are coming at me, group healings really are the best way that I can, divide myself. And because I'm never going to be able to work on everyone individually. So that's sort of my hope, is to keep on improving, and maybe I'll get to the point one day where they're as good as one-on-one. I think for some people they are anyway, but that would be my hope, that I keep on getting better and better and better at it. And that's what time and practice do. Linda has ALS and has attended one group healing and got good benefits from it. That's wonderful to hear. I'd love to know what those benefits were, because I've definitely worked on some ALS and not seen anything, but I haven't worked on it a lot. So I'd love to hear what that was, what you felt that was for you. Where is everyone? I've got 3 minutes to go, but there's 900 people here. I'd love to know where you're all from. We get a bit of a mix here. And the other thing is that I also want to say in my last 2 minutes before I stop talking is that I feel like this next 12 months for me is going to be quite significant in that I've got some good stuff potentially going to happen. You never know till it does, but I feel like after sort of, quite a few years of battling away, there's some good things happening, and I really owe a debt of gratitude to many of you who support me and my work through both doing, encouragement and support, as well as, doing my different various programs and things like that have sort of given me the ability to focus much, much, much more on this work with a lot less detriment to my life personally. So I genuinely thank you for that, and you'll see over the next couple of years, I think, what that means for what I'm trying to do and how beneficial it really has been. So thank you so much. Okay, so 30 seconds, and we're going to do the first round. I hope there's some Jewish people here other than half of me, because this was for you. Are there any Jewish people here? I hope so. As long as there's one, then it was worth it. So, okay, so you can stop typing now. Let's get our eyes shut. I'm going to do 3 rounds today, different styles of healing. Just set a little timer here, actually, just to remind me. Right, so that was my first one. I would like feedback. I did something new that I haven't done before for that sort of 4 minutes I went for then. So I would love some feedback if you have any that you'd like to share. If you don't have any, that's okay. But when I try different things, I sort of get a good idea with the amount of feedback. You sort of can see some things seem to have a bigger response than others. People have had some good vibes. Ultimately, you know, what matters is what happens in the next few days, obviously, but that instant feedback just sometimes just gives me hints, and then I put it away in my memory of, okay, that seemed to get a good response. And then we see in the next few days when people kind of write in and talk about their results, I get an idea of which things to bring into my practice. Judith nearly fell asleep. Good night, Judith, in case you fall asleep after the next one. So I'm just going to maybe go 2-minute break and then we'll go again. Did someone say if there's any Jewish people here? I might have closed my eyes. There only needs to be the one, and hopefully it's the person who actually asked me specifically to do this. But I don't know what time zone she was in, so that may be problematic. I don't know. Okay, so I'll give you 60 seconds to get comfy again. I've only got 13 minutes till I've got a hard out in 13 minutes, so I need to stick to it. We have Claire. Hello, Claire. Oh, and Randy, wonderful. So we've got at least 2. We've got 3, wonderful. That's plenty enough justification for me. There's a 4th. My dad's side of the family is Jewish, and my mum's is not. My mum's side, though, is from Latvia. So I am a blend, which means I like all people, because I think I have all people within my blend, pretty much, especially if you go back far enough. So eyes are shut. I'll give you all a second to keep up. Okay, so that was number 2. Again, I did something I haven't done before, which I think will be interesting. I'd be interested to know if anyone had a cry then, actually. I've got 8 minutes to go. There was a lot of noise. There might have been some noise outside. I did close the window, but don't let noise bother you. If it doesn't bother me, shouldn't worry about that too much. I actually learned something new while I was doing that. It was super cool. So, yeah. So I'm going to do one more. I have 7 minutes to go. It's all right if you didn't cry. I just... Denise said, I felt the need to cough. That's wonderful. That's a good thing. Anything that sort of brings out crying or coughing or anything like that is definitely good. Karen had a good cry. That's wonderful. So I'm just going to give it another minute. And then I'm going to do one last one. Jane says it still feels like I'm doing the healing. That's definitely possible. And that's why I always sort of want you to remember that if I start talking but you're still in there vibing away, I don't want you to come out of it. Just stay where you are. Don't you worry about me or what I'm saying. It's far less important than you just vibing in there. I might even fit 2 more in if they're quicker ones, but definitely 1. So if you can all shut your eyes, get comfy again. All right. Eyes are shut. All right. Again, no need to open your eyes unless you want to. I've only got about 2.5 minutes till I'm going to go from this feed. But you, in the meantime, if you want, you can let me know how that was. It was a bit more of the same of what I did before, but so I did an addition to it. Ross liked that. That was, yeah, this is interesting. What I just actually worked out then, I'll definitely be bringing into my session next week. Yeah, it was cool. I really like working out new things, and again, it's, thanks to you guys allowing me to practice and learn and grow, that I'm able to practice and learn and grow. So please do me a favor, because I did 3 different new things in this session. Please let me know how it goes, today, over the next few days, what you notice, what's good. Because this is how I learn. And learning is very important to everyone, but for me, definitely super important. So I'm going to leave a little heart on this page. I hope to see you, many of you, for my session, all of you, hopefully, for my session, my hour of solid healing next weekend. It's not far off full, which is nice. There's a little way to go, but it's not too far off. But yeah, I'd love to see you there. It's going to be a lot, so I think it's going to be super cool. I'm literally not going to talk during it. That's my commitment, that it's going to be just straight healing. And then probably at the end, I might open my mouth. So yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope this was helpful. I hope to the Jewish community that this is also helpful to you. And I am sorry that my usual times aren't ideal. It's very hard to please everyone, but certainly I can make a more regular one at this time as well. Mindful of you. I'm very happy. Very, very happy to do that. It's not a problem. So, yeah, I'll see you later. I'm a minute over time. Yeah, have a good week.